A busy day of WNBA news on Monday. There are changes to the league's Commissioner's Cup, and the 2024 WNBA schedule has been announced. So let's talk about the W. We're going to do it with somebody who is so well plugged into the league, my friend who's the founder of Girls Talk Sports TV, Khristina Williams. Khristina, are you as excited about these WNBA news, Commissioner's Cup changes, schedule? 2024 season's coming. How excited are you?
I'm very excited about the upcoming 2024 WNBA season. I can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it right now. So, Khristina, you and I, along with many other fans, have talked about the Commissioner's Cup improving their format. Today, the league announced changes to the Commissioner's Cup in 2024. What will be new about the next version of the Commissioner's Cup?
Yes, Dexter. So with this reconfigured format for the WNBA Commissioner's Cup, teams will now play 5 designated Commissioner's Cup games, whereas last season they played 10 per team. And so one of these games will be against their in-conference rivals. Teams will play either 3 home games, 2 away games, or 3 road games and 2 home games. All Commissioner's Cups qualifying games will be played in the first 2 weeks of June, so that's June 1st to 13th. And all Commissioner's Cups games will be a part of the 40-game regular season schedule and will count towards every team's win-loss record. And so that's super exciting for one, and it also will give teams something to play for.
Yeah, giving teams something to play for, a chance to win more trophies, that's always a good thing. So, got to ask this. Now that the league has a different format for the Commissioner's Cup, do you think these changes were necessary, and how do you see it helping competition and also interest in the WNBA?
Absolutely. Well, if we learned anything, especially from the first 3 seasons, and then looking at what the NBA did with their in-season tournament and the excitement that was built up for that and how they did it, I think that the changes were necessary for this to be something where fans could definitely be more excited about the games. And then also teams will see a sense of urgency when it comes to these games. Last season, the games did not count towards the team's regular season record. So I don't want to say teams kind of play lackadaisical, but they didn't play with as much urgency. And so I think that teams will begin to take this more serious and a chance to win, as you said, more trophies and to compete for $500,000, which is always a plus.
Yeah, getting more money is always a plus, too. Can't go wrong with that for the players. Now, the league also announced the 2024 schedule on Monday. And, you know, fans, they always like to target dates during the season to watch. So let's talk about the local team here in New York, the Liberty. What are some dates that caught your eye on the Liberty's 2024 schedule?
Absolutely. So last year, the New York Liberty, they finished number 2 overall in the standings. They obviously went to the finals and fell short of winning a championship. But there are a few dates that I'm looking at, the first being the season opener. They're on the road against the Mystics in D.C. These 2 teams met in the first round of the WNBA playoffs last season. I'm looking at this game in particular because there's going to be a lot of question marks going into the offseason right now as free agency soon approaches in a couple of months. Washington Mystics, it may not be that same team that we saw in 2023. Elena Deladon and Natasha Cloud are both unrestricted free agents. And so the big question mark right now is where will they end up in 2024? Will they re-sign with the Washington Mystics and then the New York Liberty? How is the Olympic year and the prioritization rules going to impact this team's roster? Obviously, in this offseason, their biggest priority is to re-sign Jonquel Jones, and Breanna Stewart is going to be court in this offseason. And so another date that I'm looking at is that May 18th date against the Indiana Fever at home. Last season, we saw what Breanna Stewart did against the Indiana Fever on that home opener when she scored a franchise record 45 points in her Barclays debut. And so this is going to be exciting. The Indiana Fever, they have the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 draft. And so if Caitlin Clark decides to come out and declare for the draft, then the Indiana Fever will select her, and we'll get to see her play in Brooklyn next year. And another date that I'm looking at is obviously the big marquee matchup, that finals rematch with the Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty on June 15th. They'll meet in Vegas. We know what Vegas's home record is. They're the 2-time defending champions. I think that the New York Liberty is a team that will play with a chip on their shoulders. They have some unfinished business with the Las Vegas Aces, and this is going to be a great rivalry for years to come. And so I'm excited to see them replay each other at Vegas on June 15th.
All right, there we go. I got the June 15th date circled on my calendar. Can't wait for that rematch between the Aces and Liberty. A lot of good stuff to look forward to. Check out the WNBA schedule. Big key games, they are all out now. You can find that. And check out all the information on the new Commissioner's Cup format. Really good one. Love what's going on there. That is Khristina Williams, the founder of Girls Talk Sports TV. Doing a great job covering the W as always. Khristina, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Dexter.